I'm Mike James, your county manager. Welcome to this 24th edition of our show. Here's a recap of the latest county commission meeting as well as some other events going on in the county. At the July 16th meeting, the commissioners adopted an honorary resolution commending Kemp Irwin for his 50-plus years of service to the county. Now, Kemp hauled the first load of solid waste from our transfer station to our landfill partner many years ago, and actually worked there when it was still the county landfill. He has also performed bulldozer, backhoe, and other types of work for the county for many years, and has inspired generations of county employees with his work ethic and integrity. Kemp still performs some work for us to this day, and we appreciate his commitment to the county. Congratulations to Kemp Irwin. The spotlight business was Solid Rock Food Closet. Manager Larry Myers presented an overview of the organization, which has 4 part-time employees. Solid Rock Food Closet provides the equivalent of nearly 200,000 meals annually. The organization also provides a backpack service for children during the summer months. We appreciate all the services they provide for our county residents. Since we had a very full agenda this time, we did not have our regular monthly social services presentation. We do plan to continue these presentations, though, beginning in August. Next up, Kenneth Vaught, our Veteran Services Officer, updated the board on his activities. Alleghany County veterans receive over $4.2 million of cash benefits each year. We encourage all veterans to schedule an appointment with Kenneth to review their benefits or lack thereof. Some incident that may have occurred 10 or 20 or 50 years ago while you're in the service may be causing you complications now, and you may be entitled to benefits. Kenneth can be reached at 336-372-4850. Back in April, we opened a 60-day period for citizens to contribute ideas for potential projects for the Outdoor Recreation Fund. This is the fund that was established with the proceeds of the sale of the former Toy Beamer property. We received well over 100 ideas for 27 different projects. After a period of discussion, the consensus of the commissioners was to have Jim Brown, our recreation director, narrow the list of possible projects down to a more manageable number of 5 to 10 projects for further study. Now, if the project you suggested is not one of the 5 to 10 selected for further study, don't worry, it can still be considered at a later date. We are not Congress. We don't have to spend every nickel of this money this year. The next commissioners' meeting agenda will have the narrowed list of projects to be considered for further study. Now, it's unlikely we will be able to complete all the projects on the narrowed list, but this gives us a place to start. I want to thank all the citizens who submitted their ideas for consideration. I will keep you updated here as we progress. This meeting also marked the first board meeting since the 30-day public comment period for the proposed garbage ordinance expired. Now, we received no public comments during this period. So per previous board action, the next step is to hold a public hearing, which will be on August the 13th at 6:30 p.m. After holding the public hearing, the Board of Commissioners may take action to enact the ordinance, to table it for further discussion, or they may elect to do nothing at that time. I encourage you to attend the public hearing and voice your opinion. The proposed ordinance is available on the county website or in my office. If you cannot attend the hearing, you may send your comments to me and I will read them into the minutes of the public hearing. We want everyone to have their voice heard. Now, there's a 3-minute limit on public comments, so please keep your comments on point. The commissioners also voted to join a class action lawsuit regarding underpayment of payments in lieu of taxes. If you don't know what that means, any property in the county that is owned by the federal government is exempt from property taxes. But the federal government does send us a check for what is referred to as payment in lieu of taxes. The county normally receives around $16,000 per year from the feds for this payment. I can assure you there's not one county in the country that feels they get their fair share of this money. Most of the federally owned property in Alleghany County is the Blue Ridge Parkway. How would we even value that if it was subject to property taxes? Hopefully this lawsuit will amount to something and bring some amount of additional revenue to the county coffers. We are excited to once again award the fuel oil bid to Jackie Billings and his team at Hometown Oil. They have been a great partner for several years. Now this contract covers fuel oil at the transfer station and the Council on Aging, diesel at the Law Enforcement Center, and also emergency fuel assistance through social services and the crisis program. We thank Hometown Oil for their great partnership and look forward to another year with this locally owned business. The awarding of this contract is just another way that your county government supports its local businesses. We place this contract out for bid annually to try to get the best deal for you, the taxpayers. The commissioners also agreed to terms on a ground lease with the Partnership for Children. The county owns an approximately 1-acre lot at the corner of Highway 18 and Moxley Road. This lease would allow the Partnership for Children to build an office on the property within certain terms and conditions. The commissioners also approved a budget amendment to allow the Sheriff's Department to purchase AutoCAD and GIS mapping software for 10 patrol vehicles. Now this will enable the dispatch center to instantaneously zap the 911 parcel information right to the patrol cars in the event of a dispatch call. It also has something called AVL software, which can track the movements of the vehicles. So we will know exactly where each car patrols each night, how many miles they drive, and other valuable information. The entire project will cost about $14,000. Roughly 60% of the cost is eligible for 911 tax dollars, and the other 40% is being paid from the drug fund proceeds. So no general fund dollars are being spent on this particular project. The cutoff date for Phase 1 of the Veterans Advisory Committee brick sale was July 14th, so it just passed. The committee sold nearly 600 bricks for Phase 1, so I congratulate them for that. Now you can still purchase a brick anytime, but it will be for Phase 2, which will be announced in the near future. I also want to remind everyone of our new tourism and marketing website, www.authenticallyalleghany.com. You can also link there from the county website. We are seeing an increasing number of unique visitors to the website every day. It is continuing to grow. If you would like to have your event listed on the events calendar, please contact Sarah Dalton at Sarah, S-A-R-A-H, at blueridgebdc.org. Our county license plate agency, where you visit to renew your vehicle registration, is closing soon. The contractor has given 30-day notice to DMV that they are not renewing their contract. Now, our tax administrator, Rita Miller, and I are studying this matter to see if it makes sense for the county government to take over this function. Had a long conversation with Yancey County Manager Nathan Bennett on this topic just the other day. Yancey County took over their license plate agency about 1.5 years ago and made it a county department. Now, DMV must place the contract out for bid, and the entire process will take 4 to 6 months. Unfortunately, this means there will be some period of time when this service will not be available in the county. Now, you can still renew your registration online regardless of the status of the local office. Finally today, I have received a few phone calls regarding our new solid waste disposal fees and wanted to spend a couple of minutes to clarify some of the commonly asked questions. Now, in governmental accounting, the general fund is where most county operations are accounted for. When you hear the term county budget discussed, most of the time someone is referring to the general fund. All property taxes, all sales tax, and most other revenue flows through the general fund. law enforcement, EMS, recreation, maintenance of county-owned property, and pretty much all of our day-to-day expenses also flow through the general fund. Meanwhile, the transfer station is operated as an enterprise fund, which is completely separate from the general fund. North Carolina General Statute and generally accepted accounting principles dictate that an enterprise fund is run as a business-type fund. So the expenditures from the transfer station must be offset by user fees. Property tax money cannot be spent on transfer station expenditures. All households in the county pay a $75 solid waste disposal fee. So this allows you as a citizen to dispose of all your normal household trash at the transfer station. So normal household trash, we're talking about bagged household day-to-day trash. Things like pizza boxes and food waste and the envelopes from all the junk mail that we receive and things like that. Large bulk items such as furniture, mattresses, brush, and animal mortalities, now those are not considered normal household trash, and folks disposing of these items will be charged additional fees for their disposal. Now these large items take up a lot of space in our trailers. When we send a trailer full of trash down the road to Lenoir to our landfill partner, we have a lot of fixed costs for that trailer, whether it weighs 20 tons or 40 tons. We want to maximize our efficiencies and minimize our costs. So items such as furniture and mattresses cannot be crushed. They take up a lot of space in the trailer without adding very much weight. So a trailer with several of these items is underweight, which makes our cost per ton go way up. Now any business, and remember the transfer station is to be run like a business. Any business that is losing money on a product or service has two choices. Either stop offering that product or service, or raise the prices for that product or service to match the costs. We have chosen to continue accepting these large items, but we must pass those costs through to the user. Now, most citizens do not discard any furniture or animal mortalities during a typical year, so those costs will only be paid by those citizens consuming that particular service. This is the fairest way to recoup those costs. If you have any questions at all on our solid waste fees, do not hesitate to contact Josh Green, our Public Works Director, or me. The next County Commission meeting is Monday, August the 13th at 6:30 p.m. We have another very full agenda, including the public hearing on the proposed garbage ordinance. I hope to see you all there. Have a great day.